students. Yesterday we were seeing the conceptual problems and numerical problems that was related to the oscillations chapter, and even at there we have seen the case of simple harmonic motion, damped harmonic motion, forced harmonic motion, and even so many examples of the simple harmonic motions we have seen, like spring mass system, and also simple pendulum, oscillations of liquid in U-tube, oscillations of floating cylinder, and a number of conceptual problems we have studied there. So I think there is no confusion in that all. So today let's start a new chapter, that is the chapter that is the wave. So our chapter that we have to study, that is waves, and here topics that we will study today, that is also some introduction about the waves. So first of all, what is wave? Before knowing wave, we have already known everything about the oscillations. What is oscillation? First of all, to do the oscillatory motion, we need a periodic motion. Means if any particle that repeats its path after a certain interval of time, after a constrained period, then that types of motion is known as periodic motion. And if we are representing that periodic motion by sine wave, cos wave, or trigonometrical functions, then they are known as harmonic waves. And also, what is oscillation? If the motion is periodic, and also if any particle that is displaced from any mean position or equilibrium position, and particles start to vibrate or move to and fro motion, they start to do to and fro motion, then that types of motion is known as oscillatory. And even three types of conditions we have seen, like simple harmonic, damped harmonic, and forced harmonic there. So in case of oscillations, the main factor that is the region to produce oscillation, this is the disturbance. Means when we disturb any particular system, any particular body by some external force, or we displaced it by some external forces, then that time particle starts to vibrate. So in that case, the waves, what is the wave? If suppose that there are a number of particles in the system, and those all particles are oscillating, and due to their oscillations the energy is going to be transferred, then a wave is constituted due to transfer of energy there. So suppose that in our system there are number of particles, such types of particles there are, and in this condition, if we just disturb this first system by some application of force or by some external force here, then due to application of external force, obviously this particle will be displaced from its equilibrium position, from its mean position. So after disturbance, you know that a restoring force that is developed in the system due to its inertial property, due to its elastic property, and due to, if they have started to vibrate in the vibratory motion, and we are taking the example of, suppose that I am taking the example of solid, and you know that solid is what? This is the periodic array of atoms or molecules, means atoms and molecules that are arranged in the periodic manner, and even their positions are fixed within the system. So here if suppose that so many numbers of atoms or molecules that are just arranged in this periodic way, periodic manner, and we have just disturbed this first system by adding some amount of energy to it, or also you can say that we are just applying an external force to displace it. So due to displacement, a restoring force that will try to bring the position, or try to bring the particle to its equilibrium position, and in that way oscillatory system that will be developed in this system. So due to oscillation, this particle will start to vibrate to its mean position, to its equilibrium position in the initial condition as it was. So after the vibratory condition, it goes to the second region of the second particle, and if it goes to the effective region or cross-sectional region or scattering cross-section, then it again transfer its energy to second particle due to collision. So So what is actually, first of all, I just said about scattering cross section. So when two particles or two bodies are somewhere, and due to every system has its own target area, means if other particles is trying to collide it, then within that area or within which area it can collide, that is known as its cross section or scattering cross section. So if this particle's vibration lie in the scattering cross sectional area to the second particle, then in that system it will starts to vibrate also due to collision, because in the collision process, suppose we are taking the example of simple harmonic oscillation. So in case of simple harmonic, as we know that there are free oscillations, there is no resisting forces that is present in the system. So due to oscillation, all the vibrations that will have same amplitude, and if they are carrying same amplitude, they are carrying same energy, then it will transfer whole of its energy to the second system due to elastic collision here. So here the condition that will be followed after the collision, that will be the elastic collision. So due to elastic collision, this will transfer its energy to the second particle, and due to transfer of energy, this particle will again start to vibrate due to its displacement, and again if it will displace, then a restoring force that will develop in this system, and that will try to bring it in its equilibrium condition. So when it will try, then again this vibratory system or oscillation that will develop in this system. So due to development of oscillation in this system, this will again start to vibrate to its equilibrium position or mean position. So in this process we can see that again if it will vibrate, then obviously we know that there is a periodic array of atoms or molecules in case of systems we are taking. Then this particle will again, if lie in the cross sectional area of the third or scattering cross section, then it will again collide to this, and due to collision it will transfer its whole of the energy to this system. Then, or if suppose that collision is not elastic, then in that case some of the energy it will transfer. So if transfer of energy takes place in this manner, then again we can say that here transfer of energy that is taking place, clear? And again due to transfer of energy, same process will be repeated as it was with these both atoms or molecules. So in this way we can say that a transfer of energy phenomena that is taking place due to oscillation process. So in the oscillation process, if there are systems, there are array of particles, there are solid, liquid, such types of systems we have, then in that case if whole of the particles that are oscillating, then due to oscillation they transfer their energy to their adjacent particles, neighboring particles, and in this way a transfer of energy takes place. And if you see that time the locus of that transfer of energy, here energy is going to transfer, and if you see this locus of transfer of energy, then that locus appears just like some wave. So this is the theory behind the production of the wave. So first of all, what is wave? Wave is nothing but it is the transfer of energy due to the oscillation process. So first of all, to find out a wave, two things are necessary. There should be motion in the particle, or suppose that there is only one particle and if it is changing its position continuously, then due to change in its position a transfer of energy takes place in the system also. Suppose there is a particle that is just oscillating, or that is in the motion in water surface, or at the water surface actually. Then at that time you see that at water surface, if you throw a stone in water, then due to throwing of a stone, waves that develop in the system and that go to the bank of the water system. So this is the reason behind that, because due to thrown of the stone, we just added some energy or external forces we have applied to the water molecules. Clear? Water has also H2O molecules, and that H2O molecules are arranged in that water system, and they have certain molecular structure, and due to that, if some of the energy that will be added to the system, then due to addition of energy, obviously they will start to vibrate to its equilibrium position, around its equilibrium position, and due to that obviously they will transfer their energy to the adjacent molecule through the collision process. So in this way transfer of energy that takes place continuously, and we see a wave is generated in case of water molecule. So as you know that water are uniform whenever we put it into any pond or any vessel, and due to that if a stone is thrown, circular waves that are formed in the system, as water molecules are uniform and energy will be distributed in all directions equally. So this is the reason behind the wave production, and I think in this time now what is the phenomena, what is the reason behind the production of the wave, that is clear already. Very simple thing is that there should be oscillatory motion due to the for the production of the waves. So the production of wave, the reason for the production behind the wave, that is clear. The oscillatory system, the oscillations are responsible for that, and also if somewhere the transfer of energy takes place, then due to transfer of energy, wave locus of the actually transfer of energy, that is known as the wave. So you can say that the locus of transfer of energy of the system in any system, that constitute a wave. Or also you can say that if any particle that is in the motion, and due to its motion, the path it is followed. Suppose that it is a particle and this is start to move just like that, and you are seeing that due to movement its position just made a locus or a path. So that locus is known as the wave. So due to, you can say that waves can be generated whenever a particle will be in motion. Motion can be either linear, that can be oscillatory, but one thinks that should be, like in this case it is moving, just particle is moving linear, but here only particle is just oscillating, and due to oscillation here and due to collision process, the energy is transferring. So in both process energy transfer takes place, but the process are different. Like we have seen the case of conduction, convection and radiation. So all these three processes are different. In case of conduction, the energy transfer takes place in the same way. Here if heat is supplied to any system molecule, first molecule, then that cat is start to vibrate, and due to vibratory motion it transfers its energy to the second system, and again this process takes place, and in the last end this particle will get heat transfer. Like suppose that if we are just heating a rod, iron rod, and we are just adding energy to one molecule, then after some time we see that iron rod gets heated. So this is the reason behind the conduction, that all particles oscillates and energy transfer takes place at that time. And in convection process we have seen that it occurs in the water surface or gaseous molecules. In that case molecule takes energy and leaves its position. Again second molecule comes, it takes energy, it leaves its position. Third molecule comes and takes energy and leaves its surface. So finally this conditions continuously going on, and after some time all the system gets heated. Like this process is responsible for the cooking of rice in our homes. Third process, that is radiation process. In the process direct energy transfer takes place from one medium to another. No intervening medium is needed for that energy transfer in this case. So that is known as radiation. So based on these three phenomena we can have three types of waves, because the region I have just told you what is wave, that is the locus of energy transfer, that is the wave, or locus of oscillatory particle, that is called the wave. Simple. Or you can say that if any particle that is in motion, then the path that leaves behind it, that is known as the wave. So you can say that every moving matter particle that associates a wave with it. So this is also the concept of de Broglie, that he have just given us the dual nature of matter particles. Like matter particles are already, you know that they have particle nature, but even if they are at rest, then they are just, their property can be explained by particle nature. But if they are in motion, then de Broglie suggested for the suppose that if we have to solve the spectrum phenomena, scattering phenomena, in that case it possesses just like the wave property. So for that he told us that whenever particle is in motion, then due to its motion a wave is always associated to it. So due to association of wave to it, you can say that what is the wave in this case? If particle is moving, then its locus is called the wave, means the path it is followed, that is the wave. So here three types of cases can be possible. So based on these three cases, waves are also of three types. First type is mechanical wave or elastic wave. So in case of mechanical waves, this process takes place, means the process of oscillating and just transferring its energy to another system. These are the mechanical waves, and in this process the or you can say just actually you can just relate it by the conduction, convection and radiation process. So with the help of it you can easily able to understand what is the mechanical wave or what types of waves we have. So first types of wave, that is mechanical or elastic wave. In this case the particle starts to vibrate and it transfer its energy due to collision to the other with the other particles or neighboring particles, and continuously energy takes place and wave is developed in the system. So here we are seeing that for the production of mechanical wave, a thing that is needed, that here should be a medium for the transfer of energy. Otherwise if medium particle are not present here, then collision will be not here, and if collision is not, the collision process is not going to take place, then there will be no transfer of energy. So if first of all there should be materials, particles in this case, or intervening medium or any medium, presence of any medium should be here for the production of wave, for the transfer of energy in this case. So this is a mandatory process in this case. We should have a medium for the production of mechanical waves or elastic waves, otherwise this condition cannot be followed here. So first of all the waves that we have, mechanical or elastic wave. For the mechanical or elastic phenomena, if this process we have to do a conduction process there should be, then for that we need always a material medium or intervening medium. Second types of waves that are known as first of all let's see what is matter waves. So the matter waves that are such as you are just talking about the convection process. So in the convection process we know that particle takes energy and it start to move and again second particle comes. So in the movement we are seeing that a locus is traced there and that locus constitutes a wave there, and that wave is known as matter waves. And these property of matter waves can be explained on the behalf of de Broglie equations, de Broglie hypothesis, Heisenberg uncertainty principle. There are a number of principles for that, and we have already studied that. The case of matter wave when we were studying the chapter or actually not in this year. In next year we will study that chapter, dual nature of radiation and matter, but still just we have studied the process convection, conduction and radiation here. So I think that processes are clear. Then rest of the things we will study in the next class. But here the de Broglie or let's see as manually, de Broglie was scientist, he predicted that just like the light, matters also possesses dual nature. So you know that some phenomena of light, like we have already studied about reflection phenomena, refraction phenomena. So in these phenomena we need the wave property of light. So these types of phenomena can be explained easily on the wave property, means in that case we have just taken an interface and wave is just incident on it. So this is just like the wave nature. So here these phenomena can be easily explained on the basis of the wave natures of light, and even Huygens gave a theory behind it, and with the help of his theory we were able to explain all the discovered phenomena at that time, like reflection phenomena, refraction phenomena, interference phenomena, diffraction phenomena, and such types of polarization, Doppler effect, a number of phenomena we have explained that time. And even Maxwell was working on that time on the electromagnetic waves, and even he proved that all 7 types of waves, and light is also an electromagnetic wave, and all that 7 types of systems that are possessing also the same property as the light is So after his discovery, after his mathematical proof, we have just only take the wave nature of light, but later when Hertz just discovered photoelectric phenomena, means if some light falls on any metal surface, then there is the emission of electrons takes place. So how can it be possible if we are just means there is a fall of wave takes place, then how can a particle emits from that system? Because particles can emit only due to some particle property. So that phenomena that time was a challenge to explain, and later many scientists have worked on this, and even they gave, like Milken and other scientists, they have given law of photoelectric emission. And later when Planck gave his revolutionary idea about the quantum concept, about the quantum theory, then that time he just told us that light also possesses particle nature. Here these topics are very important, just listen that carefully, guys. Planck's idea is the revolution in our physics, in revolution in our daily life, like we are just working this time on the quantum physics, and the base of quantum physics is started from that topic the Planck has given to us. So Planck gave us idea about the quantum concept or particle concept. He told us that light is made up of the number of particles, and that particle is known as photon or quanta. Means even this till this time we are just seeing light just like the wave, but if you see light at the microscopic level using electron microscope or other the microscope which have a smaller resolution limit, then with the help of our high resolving power they have, then with the help of that you will be able to see that light is constructed, light is made up of the large number of small particles, and that particles are known as photons or quanta. So with the word quanta, a new physics is started from there, that is known as quantum physics. And also they have just he actually gave us the energy of that quantum physics, that is known as energy of one photon, that is E is equal to h nu. He told us that particles or photons cannot have any fractional energy, that will have always integral energy. Means if you see the particle energy of whole system, that will be some h ns nu. N can have value only 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So this N is known as principal quantum number. So from here quantum number has started, that later helped us to understand the atomic and molecular configurations, and even helps us to know about everything about the chemistry. And we are here, as you have just studied the concept of electronic configuration, that is also possible due to this concept. So with the help of that concept, later we have Einstein actually used that concept to prove the photoelectric phenomena, and even he explained photoelectric phenomena successfully on the basis of particle nature of light. And due to that he also got Nobel Prize for that. And later that theory means after the discovery, after the explanation of photoelectric effect by the Einstein, then the particle phenomena also accepted. So here now we have two phenomena, wave phenomena, particle phenomena. So which we have to take. So for that scientists have gave us some information, because they told us that these two properties that are equivalent to each other, they are just completing each other, they have no any contradictory process. If system is at rest, then that time it will just behave like a particle. Like if a light is falling on some metal surface, then for some time obviously at metal surface it will stop. At that time it will have some potential energy, then due to their position that time they will just behave like a particle. But if they are in the motion, then motion phenomena that time it will have always wave property. So we are now able to explain all the properties of electromagnetic wave, light wave on the behalf of this. So later again a problem is started when matter particles like proton, electron, neutrons we have just started to think about that. Like you know that there are a number of atomic models or model of atom they have started to explain. So in case of atoms, we know that atoms is made up of three types of particles: major particles, electron, proton and neutron. And also Rutherford gave us idea about that if electron will jump from higher to lower orbit, in that case energy is radiated from that. So here again a problem is arise when particle is jumping, then why there is a wave is emitting here. Again the contradictory theory arise as it was arrived in the case of light, but still thanks to them they have already explained it, then they probably gave us a new idea, that is a wave also possesses dual nature. Matters also possesses dual nature. If matter is at rest, then it will behave like the uh, just particle nature, and if they will in motion, then they will behave like the wave nature. So the second types of wave, that is the matter wave, it is due to the motion of the matter particles like electron, proton, neutron. So you can say that the wave associated with the material particle, that is known as the matter wave. So first type of wave we had, that is mechanical wave or elastic wave. Second type of wave that we have matter waves or simple material waves. And third types of wave that we have, that is the electromagnetic waves. In case of electromagnetic light, we have radiation phenomena. Means light is transferred from one particle to another without disturbing any intervening medium. It is just like suppose that in a row so many numbers of students are sitting, and there is a ball in the hand of first student, and he is trying to transfer it to the last student. So three processes possible. One process is that he transfer it to its adjacent boy, again he transferred to adjacent boy, in that case it comes to the last end. So this is the process of conduction, and also you can say that this is the process when we need an intervening medium for the transfer of it, that is the mechanical wave. In second case, this boy just stand up and goes to the last boy, give the ball, and again comes to its original position. So in that case we have seen that it didn't disturb the intervening medium, but even he leaves its position and goes to that. So in this case, when this particle is leaving its position, it is in motion. So this is the process of convection, or you can say that this is the process of matter waves. Third process is that in which suppose that this first boy just throw the ball to the last hand of the last boy. So this is the process. Energy takes place also, and here no intervening medium has disturbed, no position of first and last particle is disturbed. So in this case, no need of medium for the transfer of it. Direct from one point to another point, the energy transfer can takes place. So this is the process of radiation that takes place in case of electromagnetic waves. So these types of waves, that is known as electromagnetic waves. So I think the category of waves that is explained to you completely. So all these three types of waves, that are mechanical wave or elastic wave, that are second matter waves, and third that are electromagnetic waves, I think that all clear to you. And the study of them, that is also the new types of physics. So here we don't have to study only a collective properties of matter we will study, but you should know the types of waves we have and what types of nature they are possessing. So you can understand easily with the help of conduction, convection and radiation process, as because mechanical wave, they are showing the conduction property, the matter waves that are showing the convection property, and also the radiation that is shown by the mechanical electromagnetic waves. So this is the reason we can easily explain it in a very simple manner. So basic, I think the theory here, the introductory class it was, and in that class we have just understood the case, what is the wave, how the wave is generated, means origin of wave, and also what types of waves we have, and some other theories just need to explain it. I have just explained you, or even you can say that here I have just gave you the glimpse of quantum mechanics in this case. In next class you will study that in brief, but here just I gave you hints about that here. So I think guys, there is no problem while understanding it. Just try to understand it, try to correlate always in physics, that will help you. Here I try to correlate the wave phenomena with the help of heat phenomena. As we have already studied that chapter, so you can also use the analogy to understand any topic in physics, because every topic in physics that are interrelated, so you can understand it by any method. So I think all these topics that we have discussed, that is total clear. So let's end the class here guys. In next class we will study the rest of the things about this chapter. Let's end it here. Thank you guys.